Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and I'm going to tell you if this game is worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Hostlight. What if the cover to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon was a puzzle game? And yes, that's the intro I'm going with, though I might be slightly regretting it now that I'm actually speaking it. Hostlight, Light Puzzles, Review. Hostlight is a PC-only release that is available on Steam, and its MSRP price is $15. It has 24 puzzle rooms, and they took me about 6 hours to complete. And as a full disclosure, a key for this review was provided by the dev. So what exactly is Hostlight? It's a first-person puzzle game focused around combining and splitting light into various colors to solve puzzles. You've been tossed into a tower with a bunch of suspiciously friendly robots who love to talk. Your goal: get to the top of the tower, which requires you to solve 24 floors of light-based puzzling. What's at the top of the lighthouse? James Patterson and William Dafoe? Man, I'm killing it with the jokes this review. This game's basics are very simple, as you'll be adjusting beams of light to bounce them off mirrors, into prisms, and through filters in order to eventually line them up with the colored receivers. Understanding how light colors combine is crucial and honestly the crux of most puzzles here, as you'll need to often merge colors into prisms and then split them out correctly, or filter specific colors to get the ones you want. This is of course paired with the usual make sure the beams line up correctly bits that you get from your usual mirror puzzles. Speaking of mirrors, they bounce beams off, obviously, while prisms can either absorb colors and spit out the mix, or take a mix and spit out individual lights based on the prism type. And filters will block certain colors from going through, great if you stack them to get the exact color you want. To manage this, you'll be sliding stuff around on tracks on the floor, moving them in all sorts of directions, picking up broken prisms and moving them around, and so on. The trick to most puzzles is you can't solve an entire floor simultaneously. You'll instead have to solve it in chunks, which often requires reusing parts in different ways. This leads to where most of the aha moments in the game come in, as you'll need to be clever around when to use what pieces. At the end of each floor, you'll solve a simple shadow puzzle, then it's off to the next light-based adventure. So all in all, Hostlight is a light and mirror first-person puzzler with 24 floors of puzzles and an emphasis on learning color theory. Kind of. So what do I like about Hostlight? Well, the use of light and puzzles is a unique take on the usual mirror puzzles, and the game mixes up its requirements pretty much every floor to keep puzzles fresh. Additionally, having to use the various components in unique ways and survey the environment is really great, and helps you feel like you're really smart once you've cracked a particularly hard puzzle or found that one missing element. And lastly, I really like this game's visuals. It feels a lot like the game Witness, stylistically. The game also provides a lot of great information visually, which is good since it's a game based around colors. When it comes to the bad, I found keyboard and mouse controls to not feel great, with some weird choices like not being able to click to pick up objects, and a lot of rotation controls feeling counterintuitive. It made a lot of the puzzles frustrating for no reason. Additionally, while the puzzles are well designed, they don't really have that, oh boy, I'm really smart moment that you get from a lot of other first-person puzzle games. After a puzzle, I wasn't exactly pumped to go to the next room. I really just kind of wanted a break. And lastly, the story is thoroughly uninteresting, which means all you really have is a string of puzzles. In other first-person puzzle games such as Portal or Talos Principle, story is the glue that holds these puzzles together, and here it doesn't do enough to make me want to keep pushing forward. As you know, I rate games here in a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, don't bother. I think Hostlight is a maybe consider. It's a clever puzzle game that stumbles a bit when it comes to motivating the player to keep engaging with it. While the puzzles are clever and the premise fine, they don't provide that dopamine aha moment that would drive me forward, and while usually the story would push through these lesser puzzles, here it's honestly more annoying than motivating. Still, I enjoyed my 5 to 6 hours with its 24 floors, and if you really love light and mirror puzzles, you'll like this. If you can grab it on sale and it's your jam, I'd say pick it up. Just don't expect much more than what you see on the box. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have you played Hostlight? Have you heard of it? What do you think about it? Please let me know in the comments. But regardless, go out there and check it out.